Hello again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to enter and maintain a vendor record. The vendor list is part of our AP or accounts payable module. There are two requirements that you need to have in place before you can use the AP module. One is the vendor list, and the other one is the general ledger chart of accounts. And if you don't currently have a chart of accounts in the system, please take a moment to enter them. Okay, to access the vendor list, simply select from the accounts payable module menu option, which is here, and you can select lookup vendors. Okay, another way of getting to this list is from the task menu, task, accounts payable, and lookup vendor. Okay, as you can see here, this is your vendor lookup screen. It works very similar to that of a customer or a quote or a job order lookup, where you can select the various quick search criteria, for example by company name, or by vendor number, or by vendor code. You also have the option of clicking on the lookup header column like this, and the system would also allows you to search by selected criteria. So in this case, it is sorted by vendor name, so I can type in, for example, M, and as you can see here, the highlight bar would then be on the closest record matching the criteria that you just typed in. Okay, so to enter a new vendor, all you have to do is really click on New. Okay, and the system then provides you an option to whether to copy information from the current record over to the new one. This gives you the option of essentially replicating the vendor information record without having to rekey in all the information. Again, this is another option for you to save data entry without making additional mistakes. If you answer no here, the system then provides you a way of essentially a blank record. Okay, and here are the fields pertaining to a vendor record. Primarily, the vendor number is a system generated key field. As you can see here, it's automatically generated for you. Vendor code is an alphanumeric code that you can associate with each vendor. Typically, it's the first few letters of the company name, but it is alphanumeric, so you can use both alphabetic characters as well as numeric characters. So here I'm going to put in the company name, for example, ABC Supplies Corporation, or Inc. Okay, let's say Inc. Address, say 1234 Corporate Way, and city. Okay. State. Country. Phone number. You can put in phone number here. You can see it's pre-formatted with the parentheses in there between the area code. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extension. Fax number if you have any. Phone number. And then contact, name of the person. You can see example, and the account number, which is the account number associated with this vendor. Account, let's say 678 dash 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Email address. Okay, you can put in, let's say, info at abcsi.com. Okay, and then the web page, abcsi.com. Lead time, maybe typically, let's say 3 days. Okay, category, you can assign a category to this vendor, and then additionally you can put in primary product associated or provided by this vendor. You have up to 3. In addition, you have the remit to, which is the name, remit to name, BC supplies. You can leave these fields blank, and if you do, the system will assume the remit to will be the same as the mail to. And so you have the option of putting, for example, where you're going to send the invoice, the bill or the check to. So PO Box, for example, 2345, any city, 5, 6, say FedEx, for example. Here you can enter the federal ID, form 1099. Put in yes if it's a form 1099 required. If not, you can leave it blank. Credit limit is the amount established by your vendor. You can key it in here. Say 20,000. Tax rate, if you are obligated to pay taxes or obligated to pay taxes by this vendor, put that in. Say 5% balance due. These fields will be maintained and updated by the system. Due days, these are the terms. You can put in, let's say, 30 days, discount days of 10, discount percentage of 1%. Okay. Miscellaneous vendor, if this is a miscellaneous vendor, you can check it here, but typically you want to leave it unchecked. And for the vendor code, I'm going to put in ABC supplies. Okay, supplies. All right. Okay. In addition, we have for each vendor, we have a very large note field that you can record notes for each vendor record. And here you can add date time stamp to each section of note by pressing the F3 key. So you can put in more notes here. Okay. And of course you can put in more press F3 again. And the system will provide a way for you to add additional notes at the top. More notes, okay? And another important feature in the vendor record is the ability to associate one or more default GL accounts, and usually expense accounts, with this vendor. So in this case, it's a supply, so we're going to use account number 54, let's say 5421, and supply, and it's typically a debit account, but in some cases you may have, for example, liability accounts, long-term liability accounts such as loans or mortgages that you can assign to this vendor. And typically you want to leave the credit account number blank, because that's by default the system will use the accounts payable trade to offset the other offset the expense account. So we recommend that you leave this credit account number blank. And for existing vendors, you may have payment history and purchase history. So that's these two tabs here, payment history and purchase history, provides a quick view of historical activities associated with this vendor. So at this point, once you fill out all the pertinent fields, then simply click on Save to commit the changes. And here it is, the vendor is now listed on your master vendor list. To edit an existing vendor, simply locate that vendor by using the incremental search, for example, and you can click on Edit to edit the record, or just simply double click on the highlighted record, and the system will then bring up the full vendor edit screen once again. And here you can make all the changes as needed, and once you're done with the modification, simply click on Save, and that commits the changes to the system once again. From the lookup screen, from the vendor master lookup screen, you do have the option to print out the list by using the print list option here, and you do have the option of selecting all fields, or selectively pick out what you need to print on your on your print list. So in this case, I'm just go ahead and select just a few fields to print out on the report. Okay. Phone number, just to show you. Preview. Okay. We do have additional knowledge-based articles and videos to show you how to customize your own print list. Please search on our website for more information. But for now, this concludes the how to enter and maintain video training video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.